when there ain't no sound. Yeah.
Hi, this is Dave Samber. I'm chef owner of HoloCafe.com. Welcome back to the family meeting.
Yeah, the number is 773-763-9278.
Those horns in that song are just life.
Have you seen the commercial with Lionel Richie and Chance the Rapper? Is that cute?
Yeah.
That is cute.
That's cute, yeah.
I like the commercial he does with TD Ameritrade.
Oh, yeah. And they want him to say all night long.
For the remainder of the night.
You mean?
He said, you're not going to say it, are you? You're just not going to say it, are you?
Yeah, Lionel came out the bag with something there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get my man Dave calling from Sacramento, California. Dave, what's up, man? Player.
Hey, what's going on?
You, man, how you doing?
Hey, can you put me on hold? Take the next caller.
Okay.
Sure.
Sure.
Get my man Terrence calling from the SIP. Terrence, what's up, man?
I'm all good. How's it going up there?
Hey, man,
Good.
we ain't down there. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm close to the epicenter of all these raids that happened in the last few days, and I got to tell you what, if you think the price of chicken wings ain't already going up, it's going to really start going up real soon.
That's a panic right there, boy.
Oh, my God. I mean, you seen the price of chicken wings lately in the grocery store?
I ain't never noticed, man.
They was high before. They really finna go up now.
Yeah, well, we need to
Right.
boycott the places
Hey,
that
man,
sell
when
that
I'm buying chicken, I don't really pay attention to the price, man. I just get the chicken.
Get it and
I'm
go.
about to say, do you physically buy the chicken, or is it your wife or somebody else who does?
Okay, that was kind of sexist. Like I can't shop.
Yeah. Come on, Terrence. You're saying about us,
Yeah, the
Buy my
problem
own
that I
groceries.
have with
Brother,
all of
man,
this,
I go buy chicken too, man. Yeah.
The
You-
problem-
Do you?
I'm a single guy. I have to buy my own groceries.
Okay, you starve, right?
Right.
Exactly. But anyhow, on the serious tip, watching that little girl crying, I can't watch it anymore because I got a nephew who's going to be 11 years old at the end of this month, and I can kind of see that my nephew when I see her crying, and I just cannot imagine how anybody can see that and not be moved by it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I understand that these people probably shouldn't be working here, but like y'all were saying, why aren't these executives being frog marched in handcuffs to jail because they're the one who created these conditions?
Because they wrote him a check. They wrote old boy a check.
Well,
man.
I mean, but those are the culprits. Those are the co-conspirators. That's why they're not being arrested.
Yeah.
This has been going on long before even Trump got in office.
Yeah.
I meant that
of course.
proverbially.
this was a calculated,
Well, they didn't even
strategic.
normally with the raid, they call Health and Human Services well in advance
you missing
so
my
that they
point.
have. No, I'm not. I'm trying.
Let
Let
Terrence
Terrence
finish.
Sorry, T.
Well, one thing that did happen, particularly over in Morton, was that there's a gentleman that owns a gymnasium there. He opened up that center to those kids and make sure that they were taken care of, that they were being fed and all, and
Right.
that is a really good thing. But of course, these agents did not tell any authorities. They didn't tell the school system. They didn't tell
Health and Human
any of the local
Services.
agencies.
Yep.
That these raids were going to be happening. And to tell you the truth, I think he kind of did this as a wink and a nod, not only to his base, but to kind of say, because remember he did that little speech about condemning white supremacy after the El Paso shootings. And so I think he did that kind of as a wink and a nod to say, hey, I still got your back.
No, Terrence, listen, man. Listen. He is like my dog Oliver. He is not. There's no strategy to what he's doing.
He's just sniffing
He
the pee.
doesn't think. There's no winking and nodding or thinking or message delivering going on. He's just stupid. And people have a hard time reconciling that he's a complete and absolute stupid imbecile.
Mm-hmm.
No wink and nod. He probably didn't even know it was going to go on.
Well, I think your dog is smarter than he is.
I think so. Right? And my dog is a straight up imbecile.
Wow.
Thank you, Terrence.
Thanks, T.
I hope everybody be well this week because it's still more than a year away from this election, and I don't think our sanity can take it anymore.
Hey, Terrence, though, it ain't got nothing to do with you, man.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you harmed?
We didn't do this.
I personally am not harmed,
Right.
but let me just say one last thing though.
Okay.
Actually, one of the plants is going to be having a job fair this week. I want to see the faces of those people that apply for jobs. So anybody that's complaining about all these illegal immigrants doing this work, I want to see you go down there.
Get on down there and apply. Yep.
Yeah. While you at it, go down there and pick some strawberries, too.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
Thank
Good,
you,
man.
Terrence.
All right, T. Have a great week.
That cotton, watermelon, and anything else.
That's right, man.
Yep.
That's
Thank
right,
you,
man.
Terrence.
Thanks, T. Appreciate it, man.
You're welcome.
You bet.
All
See ya.
right.
You're welcome.
My man, T. Let me get Edward calling from the South Side. Ed, what's up, man?
Yeah, good afternoon. Well, it was not a bad weekend here, and I'm glad I wasn't driving when Jim was calling. But, I was telling your screener that I wish these, Trump is only part of the problem. I wish these Congress people don't be taking these long PTO days. You know, us regular folks, we don't have all that PTO time like they do. They should be in session doing legislation on gun control and immigration. They're part of the problem, too.
Yep, absolutely. But they need the time to come back to the district so that we can give it to them so they can take
go
it
back
back.
and do it. Yeah.
But the time, you're right, might be a little bit too long for them to be back here.
I just saw on the internet, I was reading a story here, more Americans are now in higher debt, going into bankruptcy. So, I don't see how this economy is going to be working.
And they just raised the federal, they just lowered the federal interest rate. You don't lower the federal interest rate in a great economy. You don't do that.
Yeah.
If anything, you raise the rate.
Yeah.
They just lowered it. So that's telling in and of itself.
Yeah. And they keep trying to quote job numbers. Job numbers are not the economy.
Nope.
No,
They're
it's
not.
not.
And once again, the people
Nor is the stock market.
who are supposedly the ones that are the smartest folks in the room are getting duped.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. Sorry, Ed.
Yeah, well, I also heard this interesting thing. I'm pretty good with the names here. One of the guys working on this China trade deal, his name is Peter Navarro.
Mm-hmm.
And he's supposedly a Democrat, but he's in the Trump administration. So I don't know if he's like secretly working to torpedo this trade deal, kind of like an undercover thing. I don't know. But the way things are going right now, that's not going to happen. And North Korea is still firing missiles into the Sea of Japan. So.
And every farmer should be straight ticked off because they all on welfare now.
And a number of the farmers, particularly the small farms, are starting to the suicide rate.
Claims.
Well, that and the suicide rate is going up for smaller farmers.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ed.
Thanks,
we
Ed.
appreciate
Thanks, Ed.
that.
Have a great week.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
you too.
The thing about tariffs that we know is the U.S. is good for instituting a tariff
Right.
and then reversing it.
Reversing
But the retaliatory tariffs that happen on the other side,
They don't get
Nobody-
they
reversed.
rarely go away.
They
it. Right.
rarely
And nobody
go away.
talks about the
Yep.
impact of those retaliatory
Right.
Yep.
So
tariffs.
the impact is that
Yeah.
this idiot put tariffs on
Yep.
China. They put tariffs on the U.S. Eventually, the tariffs on the U.S. will go away, but the Chinese ones won't.
Nope.
Yep.
That's how they steal.
Yep.
Very good.
It's a damn shame, man. It really is a damn shame.
And by the way, for the people who think they're the smart people in the room, when it comes to tariffs, no, that money that he's saying, meaning 45 billions and billions, and China's paying us billions and billions of dollars. Wake the hell up.
Yeah.
It's not happening that way. They're
No.
not paying us a doggone thing.
So we have we're going to do the news now, and then we've got another segment here, Choose Views.
Ruh-roh.
We don't have an intro for you yet, man. We got to record an intro for you for that.
You know which music to play behind.
No, I don't. You probably like some little crazy ass music.
No,
don't
you know the one we used before, Neo Funk.
Who?
Neo Funk.
Oh my goodness.
Who's that?
The Bob Baldwin piece I sent you.
I don't even have that no more. They didn't even like it, as I recall.
Oh gosh. No, that's right.
We got different views on funk, man.
He didn't like it. It was it was a jazz piece. You remember
I
that?
don't
You
do
throrew it out
jazz,
already?
man. I don't do jazz.
You threw that out?
Yeah.
let's go, man.
Yeah, easy answer. Yes.
You ain't funky, man. We got to teach
He
you
gonna
about
pick
some funk.
He gonna
man.
pick something good for you, though, Rich. I promise.
Give him some angel music or something.
Man, yeah. That's just sad.
All right, y'all. 773-763-9278.
Don't like me.
Stay
no more.
tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
This is Paul Mark Wallace, president of NSYNC Consulting Services. Our website is www.nsynccs.com. Keep listening to The Family Meeting.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a special news.
A basic and essential part of any financial plan is savings. Most of whatever cash you have will be there because you put it there, not necessarily because of some fancy investment. Now with Save and Plan, Polaris has introduced a way for you to get empowering financial advice. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis directly from your account and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up to save, Polaris will help you develop a customized financial plan and give you a real person to speak with. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com and call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan, empowering advice for everyone.
Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisor services offered through Lion Street Advisors LLC, registered investment advisors. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street Financial are not affiliated.
The name of my business is Mrs. Indecent Exposure. We are an intimate aromatherapy, massage, bath, and body shop. We have the best aromatherapy, bath, and skincare products available. You can find us in Chicago and on the World Wide Web. We're located at 6916 West North Avenue in Chicago, 3 blocks east of Harlem Avenue, 773-417-3223. Mrs. Indecent Exposure, MRSNDEXPO.com. I'm ready.
This is Miss Lady B, La Boricua. Now it's time for the Family Meeting News.
I'm Teresa McDonald, and here are real news stories from real research that we are following here at the Family Meeting. Video has surfaced of former pro wrestler Hulk Hogan receiving an unauthorized ride in a Chicago police squad car at O'Hare International Airport, and the Chicago Police Department has now launched an internal investigation for the incident. On August 2nd, Hulk Hogan posted a Facebook Live video of a ride he got on the O'Hare International Airport tarmac. In the video, sirens are heard blazing. He said, "My Uber's got a siren." A CPD spokesperson said the escort was not authorized by the department. The officer won't be allowed to drive on the tarmac anymore, and that Superintendent Eddie Johnson was furious about the video. It shows Hogan sitting in the front passenger seat of the squad car with his longtime wrestling manager, Jimmy Hart, in the back seat. The video also shows the officer stating, "Trust me, no," that his sergeant was all for it when it was said, "Don't get in trouble now." The video lasted about 3 minutes, and it wasn't until Hulk Hogan, an outspoken conservative and avid Trump supporter, made a statement about Mayor Lori Lightfoot being elected, asking the officer, "Are you guys going to elect that same mayor?" that the one recording the video abruptly ended it by saying, "Let me stop this now because we love Chicago and we don't want to upset them." Yeah, I actually watched the video before it was scrubbed from social media and all news outlets, so I saw it for myself. And finally, on Friday, a treasure trove of court documents were unsealed detailing allegations of an alleged victim of wealthy financier Jeffrey Epstein that while working as a teenage locker room attendant at President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort nearly 2 decades ago, she was recruited to give Epstein massages that often involved sexual activity. That happened on Friday, and by Saturday, Epstein was found dead in his cell by what appears to be a suicide. Yeah, the roughly 2,000 pages of records released by the Manhattan-based Second Court of Appeals showed where Virginia Roberts Jeffrey claimed she had sex with a series of prominent men, including former politicians, at Epstein's directions while working as a staff masseuse for the investment advisor. Jeffrey said she was working as a spa attendant at Mar-a-Lago in 2000 when she was approached by Epstein and his longtime friend Ghislaine Maxwell about giving massages. Jeffrey said the paid massages often involved sex and led to more permanent role traveling with Epstein. Epstein's dead, y'all. No trial now. No trial now that he's dead. But there will be civil lawsuits and possible criminal charges brought against Madam Ghislaine Maxwell. But I'll bet the farm that we'll never find out beyond ex-senators, ex-governors, and a prince the names of the most elite participants in Epstein's rape, trauma, and sex slave trafficking and blackmail operation. That, my friend, is why I say he was murdered in a suicide watch ligature-resistant Manhattan jail cell.
I didn't know you had a farm. You said you're going to bet the farm?
I'll bet the farm. I'm telling you. Visit our website, tfmradioshow.com. And for all of you that watch us live, which you can do now because we're up, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for notifications, archived audio and video of the broadcast, and as well, our music playlist. Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at TFM Radio Show, and on Instagram, The Family Meeting. And please, family, don't forget to show me those hearts. Email us, info@tfmradioshow.com. The news today has been brought to you by Identity Guard. Each year, millions of Americans fall victim to identity theft. But you can protect yourself by visiting lookaftermyid.com to sign up for as little as $6 per month. That's lookaftermyid.com. Do it now. I'm Teresa McDonald. This has been your Family Meeting News. Eric Richard, myself. Be right back with more of the Family Meeting.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter.
This is Choose Views for August 11, 2019, sponsored by Employco. America, read the Second Amendment like an adult. It's time to stop hiding behind a bunch of words written by a bunch of guys over 220 years ago. Stop using the ideas of 1791 to affect the lives of people in 2019. For all the people who want to lean on the writing of the Second Amendment to justify gun ownership as their constitutional right, wake the hell up. There is no reason, constitutional interpretation, false need for protection from the boogeyman, or just plain stupidity that should allow any private citizen to have any access to weapons of war in this country you want to call great. Many of those of you who want to keep being foolish about their constitutional right should be forced to spend a night in an ER ward after one of these domestic terrorist attacks takes place, inflicted by a domestic terrorist with an AR-15 or other weapons of war. Or maybe you need to personally experience domestic terrorist attacks at your local mall, school, or place of worship so that you can push your state and federally elected officials to take these weapons of war off the street now. America, wake the hell up. This has been your Choose Views on the Family Meeting, sponsored by Employco. For companies who want to reduce their human resources costs, payroll expenses, and increase their company's net profits, call 312-924-1332 and ask for Alexis. Employco, power to compete.
Do you have a pain that won't cease? A health issue that's not getting better? It may be time you visited Health on Earth Wellness Centers. With over 20 years experience, 4 Chicagoland locations, and patients that range from 2 months old to 93, Health on Earth Wellness Centers are fully prepared to meet all your chiropractic needs. We have state-of-the-art facilities in Crestwood, Tinley Park, the South Loop, and Naperville. Don't let being healthy be your last resort. Make it your first choice. Make an appointment today at healthonearth.org. That's healthonearth.org.
Hey Chicago, it's time for you to make a difference in a child's life. AARP Foundation Corps is looking for volunteers to help kindergarten to 3rd graders read. You can do it. Here's how you can register. Call 877-926-8300. That's 877-926-8300. And reference AARP Foundation Experience Corps or visit www.aarp.org/eatchicago. It's time for you to help a child read.
Pin them on 1, pin them on 2.
Love.
Limitless.
Wild, beautiful thing.
This is from me.
It's fresh.
To you.
Ghetto people.
London.
Your dreams have now been fulfilled.
Jamaica.
Get out your seat and let's get real. Come on. Huh. New poetry.
And who?
MDF. Brooklyn Embassy.
Where you are.
For the peace.
Said I heard that you be digging me. the truth, so it don't make a fool of me. I've been thinking about you every thought, but I don't wanna get caught up, so put me out of my misery. It's you I've been dreaming about, but I don't want any doubt, so tell me if I'm allowed to feel. Anybody who knows me can see. So what you doing?
I'm Alicia Stewart. Check me out on Twitter at Alicia Stew, ALICIASTEW. Welcome back to the family meeting.
That's another one of those albums that is completely top to bottom.
Yep.
That Floetry joint, man.
Their harmony, or harmonization, I guess is the right word.
Yeah. It's a new brand of music. It's literally Floetry.
Yeah.
Likes that, man.
Yep.
Okay, let's see if we can clear these lines here.
Yeah, you got to do some work, bro.
All right, so I'm gonna holler at your name so I see you, and you know you're coming. Y'all ready for this?
So be ready.
Right, so
get it in.
Don't act like no preacher. Nothing. Don't get all churchy and long on us. Now preachers go, Yas Lord.
We're only going to be a few more minutes here.
Right.
30 minutes ago.
As I wrap up here.
30 minutes later.
Don't do
And
that.
please don't call with a monologue. Don't call with nothing that you done wrote down to speak and say. Don't do that.
Yeah, just
don't,
be ready.
don't do that. Just be ready to talk.
All right, man. Let's go to Ron calling from Michigan. Hey, Ron, what's up, man?
Hi, Eric and family. Now, I'm going to give you this. This is my observation. I'm giving you this in all seriousness.
Okay.
As the next massacre that's coming, all right? And please do not use the term prison B, okay? Now, what I have seen lately with these white supremacist massacres, we go and start with the punk with the dish bowl, the Three Stooges haircut. Then we go to the killer in Florida, and then we're going to go to the killer from Ohio who ran down those people, and then we're going to go to the killer in Texas. Every one of them is very young. I'll bet you they've never had sexual relations with a man or woman, number one. And their goal, when they surrender, they know they're going to go to prison for the rest of their lives. They want to go to prison, and they want to be the sex slaves of white supremacists.
Oh, my
No,
God.
Don't laugh at it.
No, not
laugh
laughing. I'm not laughing.
Like the next massacre.
No, Ron, you might be onto something.
Yeah,
man.
I'm telling
So they
you.
trying to go to jail to meet Bubba and Skillet and be his piece of meat. That's what you're saying?
And I'm going to give you one study.
And Chad.
I'm going to give you one study that I've seen to back this up. In Germany, they recently did a study of neo-Nazis. And when they asked these neo-Nazis why they joined the Nazis, because they say we can't get a woman. So they're looking for bonding. They're looking for bonding. So they find that bonding with the Nazi movement, okay? And this goes for all white supremacists in this country. I'm putting this out. You understand? This is your people. These are you. These are you. And another reason, and that's why they want on the books, they can rape a woman or a child, and they're going to force them to have that child. You understand? This is all part of this white supremacy.
Wow.
Low birth rate, incel.
So you just emasculated all of them. Great job, man.
Way to go, Ron.
I love it.
It's got to come from you guys. Not can't come from us. It's got to come from you.
Thank you, Ron.
Hey, Ron, I appreciate it, man. It's
Eric,
great.
God bless you. God bless you.
All right.
Be safe this
Likewise,
week, man.
All power to the people.
That's right, man.
Ron, wait,
Right,
a Northern Michigan. Talking like that.
Power to the people.
Let me get my
That's
man.
what I'm talking about.
Get my man Roosevelt in here. Roosevelt, what's up, man?
Hey, thank you for taking my call, family.
Certainly. How you doing?
Fantastic. Listen, I'm glad I tuned in for the first 15 minutes and not the first caller you had. Man. Oh, my
Roosevelt,
God.
5 minutes of my life. I'll never get back.
5 minutes.
You just added a couple seconds to it. Let's just keep on. Say what you got to say. We'll talk about him, man.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here we go. You summed it up, Eric. This is a kabuki theater, and let me tell you why. On Wednesday afternoon, I was watching Spanish news. They interviewed, I believe he's Mexican-American, an ex-ICE agent, and he says, according to Mississippi law, those plants had to be notified 3 days that there was going to be a raid. So the kabuki, the fix is in. Richard, you hit it right on the head.
Oh, my God. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why I said that earlier.
So
Go on,
Richard,
Roosevelt.
you
Sorry,
hit
man.
it right on the head. This is all to
man.
make it look
I have a
like
hard time believing that someone put some forethought to this, man. These people are imbeciles, man.
Yeah, but that's but that is part of the fix. I just
that's the fix.
they
Now,
get.
Go ahead, man.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Now, okay. Now, this is to notify anybody that's looking for a job. Tomorrow,
Coke Foods, which is one of the plants that was rated, is having a job fair from 9 to 1. Okay?
They need chicken
So,
processors.
I'm giving everybody a heads up out there in Mississippi, you know, and I'll be curious to find out who and what kind of people are going to apply for that.
There you go.
That's what Terrence from Mississippi said earlier, too, Roosevelt. Yeah.
And one more thing I want to say, and this goes out to Jim. To prove to Jim that the economy is run, in other words, the gears of the economy are run by the consumer, think about those little towns in Mississippi that were just raided and those plants. Who spends the money for your local
In those
bakery?
little towns, yep.
McDonald's?
Yep.
And all that. Because let me tell you, one thing I'm going to tell you, as a Mexican American, we are no different than any American that is born here 100 years ago, 200 years ago, if you have your ancestry. We spend money.
Yes, y'all do.
And we spend money just like any other American.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Yep. Thank you, Roosevelt.
Roosevelt, my man.
Yep.
Have a good one, man.
Have a good one, man.
Thank you.
Let's get Chris calling from North Lake. Chris, what's up, man?
Hey, just because Epstein's dead, why can't we try him?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. You try his estate at this point.
Yeah, get that money.
You can pack him in some dry ice or something if you want him in court.
See, that's nasty,
that's nasty, man.
That's nasty, man. You want that creepy dude on ice, man, really?
Well, I have something serious here. I'll probably get hung up on. Since the Christians and the Muslims are responsible for slavery in the United States, why are there black Christians and Muslims? I don't get it.
Well, it's Muslims. Start there. And that's a great question. I think that the religion, the organized religion, that as we know it, is a huge okie doke.
Mm-hmm.
It's programming. You're programmed by your parents. It's passed down, just like racism.
It's a huge okie doke. You got to learn for yourself. Don't rely on anybody else. Don't tell me what pastor said. Tell me what you thought.
What you thought. Yep. What research did you do? Did
That's
you
right.
read it yourself?
And by the way, you talked about lions protecting their young. Some cats eat their young when they're hungry. I hate to bring that up.
If they're wounded, they do. If they see them as a liability, then they will.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Chris. Have a great day. No, one more. You use up your one more thing. Thank you.
He did say he might get cut off.
He did. My man Norbert here, man. Norbert came to our little seminar on Friday.
He did. Hey,
Norbert, what's up, man?
Norbert.
Hey, it was really an honor to meet you guys on Friday.
Oh, man, you need to raise your standards, man. We can't be an honor. Don't do that, man. Raise your standards, man.
And then the very next day, Norbert and his Norbert has a beautiful wife.
Really?
Oh my God.
I don't know how to take that, man.
Well,
She acts like she's
no,
surprised to be able to get a beautiful wife, man.
No. And even Norbert had to say, Norbert said because I asked, I said, Norbert, how? And he's like, I don't know.
So Norbert got game, huh?
Man!
Yeah, Norbert got game. Yeah, he did.
When I tell you this sweet, beautiful, demure Asian lady walked in, she was a doll. I loved it.
I like your game, Norbert. That's my man. My man.
Norbert just leaned back in the chair right now. He's leaning back in the chair going, yeah.
That's right.
Keep it on.
That's right. That's how I roll, man. What's up, Norbert, man?
It's somewhat of a mismatch. My wife is such a high fashion lady from Shanghai, China, and I'm just Joe Schmo from Kokomo.
With game,
though, man.
Yeah.
That was probably what she loved about you.
Yep.
Yeah, but I really had a great time with you in the store yesterday too, and hope to get back soon and start stuffing the stockings, which to me is the most important thing for us to do is to go out and spend our money wisely in places like your store and being on this show or listening to this show and listening for other businesses where I can spend money and support the local economy.
There you go.
I know. Jim's call was a total distraction, and he calls to distract us from the real issues and the real problems. I mean, my taxes went up, our taxes went up, but I don't dwell on it, and I'm not worried about it. We lost our deductions, and we need to move on and continue to support our community, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah. Very true.
And then the farm economy, a couple been touched on by you and a few of the callers already today, it's really a disaster. There's so many fields. I've never seen so many fields in Wisconsin with nothing but weeds. I would say about 50% of the fields that you normally would have corn have weeds this year. And they're really struggling. One of my brothers just got laid off by John Deere and doesn't know when he's going back. They're going to have some difficulty. And the real danger is these farmers who voted for Trump. Are they going to accept responsibility for it, or are they going to blame somebody else? And that's my parallel with the Nazis. How the whites in Germany the white Nazis, and how they spread this message that how it was everybody else's fault for their own failures.
Yeah.
And I think it's really dangerous.
It's dangerous as hell, man.
It is.
Listen, man, you got a group of people who are facing victimization by these people who've been okey doked, and ain't nobody turning the other cheek no more. So you're talking about retaliation and killing across both ways this way.
Yep. Especially with them espousing, it's the brown people that did it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and brown people ain't taking that, man.
No.
You come over here with that craziness. Watch me. Yeah.
Thank you, Norbert.
Norbert, good to see you, man. Good to meet you, bro.
All right, man. Have a great week, Norbert.
You too, thanks.
Okay. My man Norbert.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
He just rolled. Trust and I were sitting in the back, and
Norbert got game.
He does. He just came right up on us.
I swear, and she's a chemist, so we had this.
Y'all had that in common.
Yeah, we had a.
Y'all had a nerd out.
Yeah, we had a nerd out.
You had a nerd out. You and Mrs. Norbert had a nerd out.
We did.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we had a nerd out.
Well, I got to give a shout out to you through Ann, because she had some. She was tired yesterday. She'd been going all day Friday, all day. You know, our 11-year-old niece was in town from Michigan, and so Ann was doing all the auntie things with it, riding bikes, doing all this stuff, and so last night we got home, and Ann said, "I'm just exhausted." So guess what your boy treated her to?
What'd you do?
I treated her to a hot foot massage with some shea butter.
To the
and she said, she said, does Tressa make this herself? I said, hell yeah. I said, Tressa's a chemist.
In a bathtub.
That's how it started out.
That's how it started out.
Like a mad scientist in a bathtub.
You know what I did? Because I keep forgetting to bring the sugar scrub. You keep asking me.
I'm gonna do without it now. Forget
No.
it. That's all right.
No.
That's all right.
Look at it.
Next Sunday.
Try to give me a rock or something. Just wash my face with a rock.
No, next Sunday I'm going to bring the ingredients and I'm going to make it live for you on the air.
Is that legal?
God, yes.
She's got the certification.
Yeah.
I mean, like outside of a laboratory, or do you say laboratory when you?
Oh, gee, he went there.
Do you say laboratory?
I don't say anything. I'm making this specifically for you. Now, if I was making this for, masses,
Commercial,
it'd be different.
And if there were a commercial part to it.
Right.
There we go.
Right.
We got you, girl.
Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Who's next, E?
And thank you guys too for we did a seminar on Friday over at the library with my man on salesmanship for life. So I appreciate those who were able to show up and waste their time with us.
And by the way, because he is such the curmudgeon when it comes to accepting
and he's so
compliment,
modest.
he's so modest, and we love him.
Yeah.
But Eric,
all oversold.
Be quiet, dude. Eric did a great job, y'all. He did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
Tress and I were saying,
supposed to do a good job.
Yes, right. You were, and you delivered. So there.
Right.
Tress and
take
I
that.
Take
Just
that.
take it.
Yeah. Tress and I both said we, as experienced and as successful as we are, we were both taking notes, just like everybody else was.
Break now.
So Eric did a great job.
He did an awesome job. And we keep trying to say he needs to bottle this and teach it.
Somebody gonna have to make a bottle then, because I can create content, but the rest of the stuff I ain't interested in.
I got a few bottles or some mason jars.
I can make some bottles too.
I always tell people all the time, listen, if you need to pimp me out, you can pimp out the show if you want. I don't care.
Yeah, just send us a check for E and me and Tressa.
I don't
E,
care.
me, and Tressa. Ooh,
but I'm not
that.
interested in the business side of that. I'm not interested in that.
That's pretty cool. E, me, and Tressa. Yeah.
Kind of rhythmic, right?
Right.
Yeah.
My old rap skills.
Like a TV show. You be interested. It's
the
theme music for our show.
Right.
Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
This is Miss Lady B from Dance Factory Radio. Keep listening to the Family Meeting.
Make a smart financial move for retirement. Make your retirement money into an IRA. Scheduled income. Support your dream. Explore investment options. Gain full control over your money. Give the money a chance for additional tax-deferred growth. How do you start? Call Polaris Wealth Management, the resource for IRA rollovers. Call 312-951-2606 or email us at polaris@polarisadvice.com. Polaris Wealth Management is the resource for IRA rollovers. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polaris@polarisadvice.com. We help new retirees plan to protect their money. Securities offered through Line Street Financial LLC. Member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Line Street Advisors LLC. Polaris Wealth Management and Line Street are not affiliated.
Is your child prepared for the school year? Getting started early means a better chance of getting ahead. Masters Plus Tutoring in Homewood is the program that works. No matter what your child needs to prepare for the coming academic year, better study habits, organizational skills, or time management, Masters Plus can help. In fact, they tutor students in all subjects from kindergarten through college. Perhaps ACT, SAT, or Catholic high school prep are in order. Just visit mptutors.com and request a consultation. All sessions are taught by certified instructors in a private one-to-one setting to ensure each student receives individualized instruction. Whether your child is at a basic level or reaching for advanced placement, Masters Plus Tutoring can help. Call 708-798-8400 or visit them on the web at mptutors.com. Mention WCPT and you'll receive a $25 tuition credit with the purchase of 4 hours or more. That's mptutors.com.
This is Andre Davis. Welcome back to the Family Meeting Radio
Yeah,
Show.
ain't nothing like more bounce, man. When more bounce come on, the party gets started.
If you sit down, if you're eating something, you put the food
put
down.
the food down,
and
you
go
head
down
to
the
That's
floor.
my jam.
Yeah.
That's my jam.
You put the food down.
If
and
you can find a hot DJ, like you should look on YouTube. DJ Jazzy Jeff does something with more bounce that I have never seen done before.
Really?
But I dare you not to move. Jazzy Jeff. Anytime Jazzy Jeff is doing his thing.
Yep.
Jeffrey Towns is his name, by the way.
Yes.
Anytime Jeff is working.
Keep working it.
Try to sit down. Try to sit down. Because your booty going to be dancing in the chair.
Yeah, he kind of tells you, get on the dance floor.
Get on the dance
floor. That's right, man. I dare you. I dare you, man.
Sitting down during that.
Nah, you can't do that. Okay, let's see if we can keep on working on these phones here, man. Let's get Dave. Let's see if Dave's ready for us yet. You ready yet, Dave? Are you eating?
Nope, I'm not eating.
Robbing a bank? What are you doing, man?
No,
Directing
I was being
traffic?
I was being a good Samaritan trying to get somebody a job because he's been out of a job because of child support.
How you going to call our show and be giving our jobs at the same time, man? Do one at a time, man.
Multitasking, man. What's up with that?
All right, so here's the thing. Virginia Tech, the movie theater in Colorado, 49 people in Florida, 56 people in Mandalay Bay, and 29 people currently. When is enough, folks? Because it's getting really tired of it. So tell me.
Well, okay, let me ask you then. If you shoot little white children in Connecticut and nothing happens, what makes you think that there is enough?
Yeah.
There isn't enough. You know,
Okay.
there isn't enough. That's the problem.
And what are we talking about then? If there's not enough, they're going to keep doing it until which time is we do what?
Well, the fact is, like I'm saying, is that it's getting to a point where people are sick and tired of it. I mean,
No, they're really not, man. If they were really sick and tired.
The fact of the matter is that we're not going to. He's going to go ahead and change the subject. He says, "I'm going to talk to the NRA." He's sleeping with the NRA. That's his problem.
Yeah.
So he's going to be sleeping with the NRA until the next re-election. And on top of that, it's getting to a point where we're going to be talking about this, but the next shooting.
That's right.
And then the next shooting.
Probably
and
this
then the
week.
next shooting.
Try it this week.
Probably
It'll happen this week. I'll put money on it. It happens this week.
Nothing's going to get done. The fact of the matter is, he's going to brush it off. He's going to talk to the NRA. He's going to give some BS thing, you know, and say that I've talked to the NRA, we're going to pass something, and he's going to blame the Democrats. And, you know, I'm just getting sick and tired of it. I'm really tired of it. And you know something?
Yeah, but the body politic has not gotten sick and tired of it. So nothing's going to change.
And keep in mind, Dave, as a last comment, one of the other culprits in this is Mitch McConnell.
Okay, well, listen.
Oh, we know.
There's a whole bunch of individuals we could try to blame. It really is the body politic. Because anytime this country wants to get something done, it does.
It gets done. Yeah.
And tell me, and you know something else? When it comes to his reelection, you know what's going to happen? He's going to get reelected. He's going to get reelected, and nothing's going to get changed. Why would anybody want to reelect an idiot, put an old troll, you know, Kermit the Frog, and reelect a person that's not going to make a change in this country? The only thing that's going to happen is basically what's going to happen is that we need to take the House and the Senate, and that's going to be very hard to do, especially for this idiot that's still in the White House who's going to try to get voters. And the top of the Mitch McConnell. Why would anybody? When's his next reelection?
Fine. Well, that's what you do, Dave.
That's not enough, though, man. Because listen,
the people.
I don't want anybody to be disappointed by thinking that just changing leadership to Democrats is going to make a difference. Because all they'll do, Democrats, pie back as they are, will allow the Republicans to tell them that you are allowing open borders and you're trying to take our guns, and they're going to get pie backed and not do anything.
Yeah.
It's the citizens'
So
day.
it's not enough. It's not enough to send people who are Democrats to do this. It's important that we send people to do what we want done, regardless of their party.
But you know the thing about it, like I'm saying, is that have you watched the CNN town hall meeting about the gun situation that happened? You know, there's about a total in 2017 until current, a total of 39,000 people been shot by guns in the last 2 years. That's a lot of people. I mean, and you know, you kind of tell yourself there are more guns. There's 390 million people who have guns. That's more than the population of the United States. You know, nothing's going to happen. And you know something?
Right.
You know, we're going to be talking about it until the next shooting. And you know, I'm already ready to shut the news station because I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's getting old.
I'm through.
It's getting old.
I'm through talking about it. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Thank you,
Thank you,
man.
Dave.
Enjoy your day. After all that, say enjoy your day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, it's going to be a shooting next week. Enjoy your day.
Enjoy your day.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's get my girl Ozzy in here. Ozzy, how you doing?
Hi. Thanks for taking my call.
You bet.
You know what you said about the rich people. That's so true because we, as Americans, we don't realize that, you know, even though Trump is up there sounding like the idiot that he is, there's somebody behind Trump. And the speech that he said, you know, somebody wrote that. And the only time when he is himself is when he doesn't have something somebody wrote. But they are still holding him up because he is a useful idiot to them. So the rich people have these so-called think tanks. They're the ones that's thinking of all of this. And when they decide to do so-called tax cuts, my experience is that, okay, they give you a tax cut. You know, you may see a little difference in your paycheck. You may get a little more. But in no time at all, the state taxes go up, the local taxes go up, your utility taxes go up, your interest rates go up.
Yes, ma'am.
All the stuff that you buy and use, that goes up. So where's your money?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Or how about the fees?
plan.
How about the fees? How about your fees, your licensing fees and
Right, everything goes up.
So basically
you
it
don't
negates.
have the money. So I don't see where people don't look at that. Look at what you used to pay for whatever, you know, services or things you bought, and see, you know, what you're paying now after you got your so-called tax.
Exactly.
Yep.
See, but Ozzy, you said something in there that I heard distinctly, that I hear from a lot of people, and that is, I don't see why. It's hard for you, as it is for a lot of people, to reconcile the fact that people en masse are so incredibly uninformed and stupid.
Yep.
And that's what, so to apply logic, or why don't we do this, or this is the smart thing to do, you have to realize, just like when you're talking to a dog, if you ask a dog to do 2 + 2, he can't do it.
Right.
And for you to ask somebody to rationalize the way they're thinking, they can't do it.
Nope.
Right.
So
right, but it's left up to ones who do to keep talking. I mean, you don't give up because what they say, winners never quit and quitters never win. So it doesn't matter that they don't see it. We have to keep talking, and we have to educate people, and then we have to not look down upon them if they don't understand. We have to just keep on fighting.
No, well, okay, so watch this then. Here's where I agree with you in principle. Here's where I disagree with you, though. I don't think that we should keep trying to teach people who can't do math to do math. I think what you do is just go get a calculator and do it your damn self.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
Azali, I had a conversation with some friends last night that were clutching their pearls, so to speak, about what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And none of these people are coming on board with this, meaning trying to pull people from the far right, if you will, just to the middle. And I said, it's a waste of time.
Yep.
We need to get the people who are
There are some people you're never going to get.
Right.
There's some people who are never going to be saved, as far as the church is going to go. So what are you going to do? But you don't give up. You keep on doing.
Yeah.
One more thing. I think we give Trump and his crew a little too much credit when we say that,
they were strategic. He was strategic in something he did.
Yeah. We give him too much credit. Also, when we say that they think of these people that they treat so badly, they think of them as inhuman. I think we should put it, because that's putting the what I want to say. That's making these people prove that they are human. We should turn it the other way and say the people who treat people inhumanely, they are the animals. And let them prove that they are not the animals.
I love that. Yeah. I love that, Miss Azali. Thank you so much for that.
That's fantastic input.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
And you all keep on. Don't, I know you're not going to give up because this is your work, but, I pray for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Big hug for you, girl. Big hug.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Don't you just love that old school?
I love it.
That old school stuff.
Azali is like 23, man. She ain't no old school.
I didn't say she
man.
was. I said the wisdom
The
was.
wisdom was old school.
Yeah.
Now you're going to do that.
That's what I said.
Fix it up like that.
I said, don't you just love that old school wisdom? I did not say that. Azali, sorry, baby. You know we love you, so don't let Eric mess with you like that.
You too.
I know.
Baby, man.
Don't make me take my ruler out.
Okay, fine.
About your little ruler, man.
little 6-inch ruler.
Your little 6-inch ruler.
Wiffle ball looking
right.
Let me get my Steve from the Gold Coast. Hey, Steve, what's up, man?
Steve.
He had a couple of points. One, I had an unusual amount of time to listen to WCPT this weekend, and I'm a fan, but I did listen to more than usual. And this guy who called into your show once talk about these shooters being sex slaves, he called into every show I listened to and made the same point, irrespective of the topic, and everybody was laughing at him. And you guys are the only ones who gave him any sort of space in terms of taking him seriously. I mean,
Well, there you go.
You really do need Twilight Zone music in the background. Just put that on.
Come on, man.
People call in, and then, you don't have to say anything.
I'm not sure we should take that as a compliment or as a diss.
I think Steve is saying we're welcoming.
Yeah.
Steve is saying we're welcoming. If you try
that's too nice. He means we shouldn't let that man talk like that.
That was very welcoming of someone who's offering a very marginal idea.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. Well, you heard me being sarcastic with him too, I hope.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. But and the thing is that when somebody starts to interject that sort of thing, it wastes time, and two, it detracts from the debate, because then you start to say, oh wow, well if these guys were just having sex, we wouldn't have mass shootings in this country. I mean, wow. Really?
Hey, that frustration is pent up and built up from somewhere.
Yeah. But he was right about the Mo haircut that dude had.
He did. Yeah, he was right about that.
The bowl haircut. Yeah.
What can we do for you today, Steve?
What's going on,
What's
Steve?
on your mind?
In terms of, you're absolutely right with regard to this issue isn't going anywhere. It's not going anywhere because the Republicans need their base, and that's the people who are the pro-gun crowd. And we already know that after Sandy Hook and so many of these other cases there, that it's not the people who are the membership of the NRA who run the NRA. It's the gun companies who run the NRA.
Yep.
So despite the fact that an overwhelming majority of NRA members supported doing something about this back then, it still didn't get done because the NRA spoke up and said, nope, the bottom line is going to affect our bottom line, and we're not going to see anything meaningful. Going into a new election cycle where the Republicans absolutely need their base, and this connects to what you're talking about in terms of Mitch McConnell, the Senate, and so forth. Unfortunately, for people who don't know it, only a third of the Senate runs every 2 years. In the 2000 election, unfortunately, it's just by chance that a large percentage of those who are running for re-election happen to be in very safe red states. So it's particularly hard to flip the Senate this time around, no matter how much anti-Trump vote. I firmly believe that we're going to elect someone other than Donald Trump to the presidency. But it's much more difficult to flip the Senate, and that's just because it's a process issue.
Well, we have four. There's four. I mean, you're right about that. From playing the numbers game, Steve, you're spot on. There are four that are somewhat vulnerable. So we have to hold the way to get this done, and this is what Tom Perez has not done yet, in my opinion. There's four that we got to get. If we get those four and hold what we got, we're good.
Right. It means that he has to allocate a lot of money to those four states in terms of supporting those people. If you live in Illinois, for instance, don't worry. A Democrat is going to take Illinois. But you know what you can do if you do have some time. If you
go help out Amy McGrath and help out Cory Gardner, not Cory Gardner, but help out. Hickenlooper should get out of the presidential race and run for Senate.
Pick a state that's within 6 hours, wherever you are out there, and drive there and offer to volunteer and go door to door. You don't have to live there. You don't have to tell anybody you don't live there. You can help to volunteer.
I've already decided I'm personally going to go to Kentucky to help out Amy McGrath.
Exactly. I was just going to suggest that. Go to places like Missouri. And the last point I wanted to make, I mean, if we needed anything else to sort of, to condense this issue and sort of give it an idea of where it stands, I mean, if we had this idiot who walked into a Walmart in Missouri just this past week, and why? Because he wanted to see if the Second Amendment really was being applied as it should be in that state. So in other words, he comes in with a AK-47, 100 rounds of ammunition, and he's held at bay by a firefighter who happened to have a sidearm with him. And his argument is, well, basically, I wanted to show that I should have the right to do this. And what that demonstrates to the rest of us is that at that point, when he walked in a state like Missouri, until he decides to start opening fire, he wasn't doing a thing wrong in that state legally. And that's the problem.
That's the problem.
That is the problem.
They're not going to end up charging him with anything. There's not really anything you can charge him with. And that means that the next time you walk into a state like Missouri and you see somebody like that, until they start opening fire, there's absolutely nothing a law enforcement officer or anybody else can do to that person. Yeah. That's the world in which we live in today.
Right.
Unless he's black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
I'm more concerned with the intersectionality of all of this. The gaslighting that Trump does, like when he made the statement about when Hillary would have been elected. If she gets to elect her judges, there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, wait, but what about the Second Amendment people?
You got to understand.
His rhetoric is directly responsible.
True, and not but. And this is what Eric was saying before about the electorate, about the body, the people. That you got these gullible fools that heard that message and was like, oh, yeah, that's right. She's going to wreck. She's got sex slaves in basements of pizza parlors. And you got all these fools who were And so I had a young cat ask me this yesterday. He said, so, Mr. True, why does this happen, though? And I said, because people aren't just gullible. This is who they've always been. That's the part of it. They've been this way, trust me.
Yeah. You can't give them too much credit for thinking. Yeah. That whole thinking thing and strategizing thing, they ain't engaged in that. This is all dinosaur brain, guttural
and it's pulling
reactions.
Out, just letting all that craziness come out.
Okay, last break here. I see Chris and Paul, you guys are holding, and Tommy's waiting too, so we got to get this in. You got 1 minute when we get back. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
In the morning time, when I'm making my breakfast, you should be here beneath me, to feel me, to heal me. You should be here to wrap me, to trap me, then climb me. You should be here. I'm a good man and I work hard on my night job. You should be. Let me show you what you're missing every day.
This is Kamal Murray. Check us out at www.excesstennis.org. Keep listening to the Family Meeting.
Well, I got more than just a big stick and some money. Girl, I wish.
A basic and essential part of any financial plan is savings. Most of whatever cash you have will be there because you put it there, not necessarily because of some fancy investment. Now with Save and Plan, Polaris has introduced a way for you to get empowering financial advice. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis directly from your account and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up to save, Polaris will help you develop a customized financial plan and give you a real person to speak with. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com and call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan, empowering advice for everyone.
Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisor services offered through Lion Street Advisors LLC, registered investment advisors. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street Financial are not affiliated.
A 2016 study estimates that 13.1 million Americans were victims of identity theft that year. Fight back against identity theft by signing up for Identity Guard. Identity Guard monitors your credit and identity information with alerts that can help you respond quickly if certain changes indicating fraudulent activity are detected, as well as help protect your computer from viruses, keylogging, and other serious threats. Plus, with Identity Guard's dynamic credit management resources and tools, you will have helpful information as you make better financial and credit decisions. Identity Guard includes $1 million identity theft insurance and lost wallet protection, and more if you ever do become a victim. Protect your ID by visiting lookaftermyid.com. That's lookaftermyid.com to securely sign up for Identity Guard today.
This is Brandon Allen, a.k.a. The Scrub, and welcome back to the Family Meeting.
Jamaican royalty.
Yes.
I love that. You hear the organ?
No,
That's an organ.
Yeah, see, it's a Hammond P3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Not just Jamaican royalty, music royalty.
That too. Yep. He changed the dynamic of Jamaica for sure.
Well, a whole bunch.
Jamaica's Jamaican largely because of Bob Marley.
I ain't gonna say
But either
largely directly because of Bob Marley.
And you realize how much other music styles he influenced because of it.
Yeah. And he presented himself as crossover because he wasn't like Buju Banton or somebody
Right.
like that who you couldn't understand.
Right.
If you didn't know the language.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get at it, y'all. Let's get my man Chris calling from Palatine. Chris, what's up, man?
I must say, interesting programming this weekend on WCPT.
This week?
This weekend, you know,
This weekend.
between you and Dick Kay show, just entertainment. But you know, speaking about Dick Kay,
But we got you on the phone, Chris.
Yeah,
You
so
calling us? Well,
what's
I
up,
mean,
man?
you calling to entertain us?
I'm going to try.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Well, you know, the gun nuts, you know, really were flocking around, you know, talking about the good guy, the great good guy with a gun is going to defend everybody. But I have a question for all of these gun nuts. Why is it that at the NRA convention you can't carry a gun?
Yeah, good point, Chris.
You know, if you've got all of these good guys with guns, just think 5,000 or 6,000 good guys with guns, armed to the teeth, with their AK-47s and their laser sights. You know, they can 100-round clip magazines.
Hey, Chris, check this out. To your point, I'm not to cut you off. We got to go. So
Okay,
keep
my
keep
point
rolling.
is real simple. These are bloody hypocrites.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, we know that.
No doubt.
Yeah, I know, and you know what? And I really, wish Dick wouldn't waste so much time talking to these clowns.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
a
you.
good point, Chris.
Thank you,
Right
Chris.
on, right on.
Good, man. Have a good one, man.
You
Thank
too.
you,
Have a great week, Chris.
See you next weekend.
All right.
We get Paul calling from Niles.
got that in.
Hey, Paul, what's new, man?
Paul.
Yeah, over the years, Epstein has friends like Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, politicians, British royalty, and many, many other degenerate friends who were only too happy to party with him with all the high school and junior high school age girls he would provide for them to have sex with. He had airplanes with beds in it. He had mansions and at his own island and penthouses, and just, he had been doing this for many, many years.
Yeah, he was a
and
disgusting individual.
Yep.
Very disgusting.
he was found on July 23rd in his cell. He had just found out from the judge that he could get up to 45 years and denied bail, so he'd be in jail for the rest of his life. And they should have put him on suicide watch, but they didn't.
No, they did.
They did.
They did. They put him on suicide watch.
Well, but they didn't follow all the established procedures.
Right. That's what they didn't do. Right.
And perhaps that was because there were people in high places telling them not to. If he kills himself, nobody can be suspected of
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
murdering him because he's doing it to himself. And if he did kill himself, I'm not the least bit surprised.
Yeah.
The mark of a coward.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we got to run. We're tight on time, man. We appreciate you, man.
Thank you, Paul.
Thanks, Paul. Have a great week.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Man, Paul, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's, I did that Mississippi thing.
Yeah,
Let's see what's on Tom's mind. Tom, what's up, man?
We often ask the question of the evidence of show us, they, the analogy of us, them, and they. And yet this analogy still goes and flies straight over the head of the conscious moral minds of those who are called the living. So there's a direct narrative and correlation to how is it that Sandra Bland could be hung in a police department with cameras that was trained on her the whole time she was there. And then Jeffrey Epstein somehow magically turns up hung in a federal institution that's run by Barr, which is also connected with the individual walking up to a microphone saying no obstruction, no collusion, and absolutely exoneration. You wonder at some point in time when the narrative of politics, politicians being shot, black people being shot, white people being shot, Mexicans, Hispanics being shot, children being shot, and then you have the audacity to come to a microphone and say what we need to do is we need to expand universal background checks rather than universally outlawing magazines and military-style weapons. You wonder at what point will there be a harvest of the thinking of individuals that come to a conclusion to recognize and understand that there is no such thing as a classism. There is no such thing as how do we straighten a narrative out that is completely out of control when you become and recognize a central situation, which is, are you a human being? I close because simply I'm sitting here today asking myself a question. And it's not when or how much more. The question is, will I be next? And if so, I want to bequeath my Barry White collection and Barry Manilow stuff to the family meeting so all you people can sit back and listen to it and say, damn, you know what? Tommy called in and told us that absolutely asked us how damn dumb can you be. Goodbye.
That's our weekly contribution to your community safety, because if Tom don't get it out here, he's going to take it out on you. And I had no idea that Tom was a fan of Barry Manilow.
Yeah.
That is awfully mellow music for a high-strung dude like that.
Maybe that's why he hasn't killed anybody, because he's listening to Barry Manilow.
Because he liked Mandy.
I
Because you
love
gave and you gave without taking.
Oh, you know what?
Shut up. You know I know the lyrics.
Is that a Barry Manilow song?
Don't even look at me like that, y'all. I won't even like y'all no more.
Hold on a second, man. You got Barry Manilow lyrics, man?
I have a couple.
What year did the song come out?
See, you sick. 1974.
You know that, don't you?
See?
You like Shorty. You like Barry Manilow music?
Hell no.
I didn't say I liked it. I just said I knew the lyrics.
Okay, let me ask you a different question. Do you know any Barry Manilow music?
Well, so?
I think he's the only black person on earth. I think you're it.
Me and Tommy.
You and Tom.
Yeah, I do. I know some Johnny Cash songs too.
Okay.
Now, I actually like Johnny Cash.
So you gonna put
that's
Johnny
surprising.
Cash in front of Barry Manilow just cause you know? Shut up. Y'all can kick rocks with sandals on.
No Barry Manilow.
Hey, but look,
Wait.
I get two quick comments
Go ahead.
that we'll throw out.
I'm still shocked about the Barry Manilow thing.
I know you are. So I got Barry Manilow. I got
I'm
lyrics.
shook right now.
I got
man.
lyrics right here. Barry Manilow.
You about to read us Barry Manilow
Yes.
lyrics?
If you just sit tight, I'm gonna read these lyrics.
I got to
to you.
sit tight for Barry Manilow lyrics,
so you can have even more stuff to talk about me on.
Man, I think I just threw up in my mouth.
That's okay. So, shout out to Representative Joaquin Castro for doing
He
what
like
is-
Barry Manilow
for-
too?
He may for doing what is public.
Yeah.
And sharing the information about this doggone 45 supporters in San Antonio.
Mhm.
Because you talk about this all the time, me, about creating some economic discomfort or pain.
Yep.
He created
He
some
inflicted
economic.
a little bit-
He
he
inflicted a little bit
inflicted. He
on
did.
those businesses
He
in
did.
San Antonio that are contributors to
Yep.
45
He did.
by outing what is public information, by the
Mhm.
way.
It's
so,
public.
are you Republicans out there with your hair on fire?
Mhm.
Shut the hell up.
Yep.
And then
This is,
the other thing is Stephen Ross. And let's not get past
Yeah.
Equinox and Soul Cycle.
Kenny Stills went out on a limb too for him, by the way.
He
Yeah,
sure
right.
did.
Sure
He
did.
sure did.
So that's what's got to happen. To Eric's point all the time,
Mhm.
Democrats, people, period. If you want this country to be the great thing you want to say it is, you got to put some stuff at risk.
I said that there was, like I said, I don't want to say that it's an awakening. They're not waking up, but they are kind of rolling
Roll
over
over
in
in
their sleep a little
yeah.
bit. That
I don't
with
think so.
regards to the Equinox and the Soul Cycle thing with Mr. Ross.
I don't think so.
Them folks was listen. When them folks
That's
was,
the least you could do.
they was dumping their gems and their psychic. And you already know white folks work out. They go to these workouts.
But there's some
That's
black
the-
folks
you know what they do?
there's some black folks
Oh,
that are members of the
Wait a minute.
Equinox that are dropping
wait a
theirs
minute.
That's
too.
the absolute least you could do.
Right,
But that
right.
is
That's
the
not causing them
absolute
any
least.
harm. See, that's
No,
Eric's right
because
on.
if enough do it, it does.
No,
That
I'm saying that's not
consciousness-
causing them, the person that's dropping their membership, that's not causing them they're not giving
We don't
anything
want
up.
them to be harmed. We want the people who are supporting this fool, like Mr. Ross, to be harmed.
No. We want them.
There's a consciousness that comes along with
No,
that.
no.
Before you dismiss that, there's a consciousness that comes along with that. They're saying that not with my money. You may do it with
And it's
somebody else's
it's
money,
a small
but
thing,
not with mine.
And I
But that's real hopeful, and I agree with you
And
there.
if they're-
But the real sacrifice would be, I'm gonna take off work this week. I'm gonna gather some other people. I'm gonna stand outside this place and disrupt the business.
True. Agreed. That would be so.
But we have
the-
social media now. So,
No,
yeah.
no, but that's
too easy.
That's
too.
too easy. I can sit back. There's nothing. There's nothing.
No,
I'm putting
not
at risk.
disagreeing with you. I'm
I
just
mean, they're
saying
not
that people
putting.
got to go. a
They're
different
not
step.
putting action to.
If they
no,
truly,
they did put action.
They're-
They took their money away from it.
But
So
it was the least action they could take.
was.
Because all they did was say cancel mine,
but I'm
and they went over to LA Fitness.
But I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that.
I'm not.
What
I'm
Eric,
not.
what
I am.
all Eric is saying, and I agree with this. The next step would be, you know what? I got 15 friends that are members, and we go do our fun things and our bar hopping and all this. You know what? I'm gonna pull that group together, and we're gonna stand outside and say this. That's what Eric
And make other people who aren't necessarily aware that you need to do the same thing.
It's like that white woman that was in that Justin Amash speech in Michigan, and she was interviewed by the reporter, and he said, well, did you realize that da-da-da-da-da about the Mueller report? And she said, no, I didn't know. And she genuinely
did
not know until somebody took a stand, to Eric's point,
I
week
agree.
after week after week. Somebody take a damn
So,
stand.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that's helpful. But what's really helpful is to take an additional step.
I get you.
And go get it.
I
Go
got
get it.
I got you.
Take off work. Do like Kenny Stills did. I mean, so he
Yep.
stepped out against the team owner.
Sure
right?
did.
Who writes
Sure
his
enough-
check.
Sure enough did.
Right? So, you risk having the NFL and the owner come down on you and risk your career.
And what about the player at the Hall of Fame made the speech about?
Oh,
yeah, although he's not getting paid by anybody
That's
anymore.
still, but he used
Yeah.
that platform that he was on that day.
But Colin Kaepernick sacrificed his entire career
He Sure did.
for
He
this.
did.
That's the extra step.
He did. And then did you hear this fool going to say, well, Colin Kaepernick should play if he's good enough? Oh, now
Tell your mama
you want
that.
to get the.
That's that Dr.
Ooh, I
King.
was about to cuss.
That's
Yeah.
that Dr.
About to
King
cuss.
dynamic. He was the most hated man on earth until he wasn't
Yeah.
living anymore.
Right.
Now he's
Now
beloved.
everybody loves him. Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. No.
That's too easy to get away with that.
Yeah.
And really, again, it ain't got nothing to do with us. This is a get your boy moment.
Yes, it is.
Y'all need to get it. We gonna be all right. We're used to taking abuse from the system.
Used to.
I just think of the Book of Eli. The Book of Eli is
Yeah,
clear.
we created the saying duck and dodge.
Yeah.
Trust me, we know how to duck and dodge this mess.
I'm gonna make the point again as well. By the way, the shootings, as horrific as they are just a shiny thing.
They're distraction.
Bingo.
It's the day-to-day violence that takes place against people of color and other poor people. I should say poor people overall.
Yeah.
People of color and poor people overall. It's the economic violence, it's the educational violence, it's all those violences that take place that go unaddressed. And you get distracted from them when you have events like these shootings.
Right. And I want to make a little bit of not a shout out, but an awareness out to the folks to the white community that's suddenly been afflicted by the opioid epidemic and such. That harm has been put at your front doorstep and in your house, not because of brown people. It's because of policies of, like Eric says, stupid white guy ideas, and the misdirection, the shiny object, rather than dealing with the fact that the reason that their crisis is job related, it's economic.
And that was calculated too.
Sure, it was.
Right. I heard someone the other day push back on the
what?
notion that it was actually funny. The notion that he didn't say that people of color were lazy, but the implication was there. And the retort was, man, how damn lazy are you when you go all the way across the ocean to get people to do work for you? So who really is the lazy person here?
Right. Yeah. That's the essence of a privileged nutball. You know, you're gonna go way over there and
Stephanie on YouTube said, Mama Maxine said from day one.
Auntie Maxine, not Mama.
Call these people out.
She don't like being called Mama.
No, she don't, but it's Auntie Maxine.
And she doesn't take that as an insult. Auntie Maxine.
Yeah, Mama sounds too much like Grandmama. She don't want to hear
She don't want to hear that. Even though she said, I love it when she said, don't miss.
She sure did.
You know, it's just
come from it,
right, which is really a description of how people are nowadays.
Right.
You can come if you want.
Don't miss.
Ain't nobody turning the other cheek no more.
I said it to some folks.
Yeah, but you see how quickly they backed off of that. They did not want us to really start something in this country.
Yeah,
come for Auntie Maxine.
Because you have aggrieved people, and I say that full throated, even as a person who is solidly middle class.
Yep.
You have people who've been aggrieved in this country for too long and haven't reacted.
Nope.
And you should thank your lucky stars, but keep trying.
Keep trying.
Keep trying.
Keep trying.
And
nothing else to be said after that.
I gotta bite my tongue.
Just keep trying.
Keep trying, man. I mean, you got lucky that day. He was in Walmart shooting at people. There are guns in Walmart.
Yep.
Because shot back at him, right? So now he got to go to the jail, right? He got to meet Bubba and Skillet.
Yep. And they ain't gonna play.
Right. I think your boy with the mo haircut, he done got beat down a couple of times in South Carolina.
Already.
Yeah. All right. That's what you get. That's what you get. You and your boys. That's what y'all get.
You hear any noise? It's just me and the boys. And we ain't...
That's right. You may not be replaced, but you about to get beat down by Bubba and Skillet.
Yeah. You're gonna be somebody's little girlfriend.
Unwilling girlfriend.
Unwilling, yeah. Wait, hold on. Wait, Tressa, go
that's
get
what he wanted.
Tressa, here you go. Who? Hello?
Oh, Belvedere.
Again, Dad, man. Do you ever get tired?
No.
That's all the time we have. I want to thank you for yours, for Tressa and the real news.
You are so welcome. You are so welcome.
And Richard Chew and the Chew's View.
Yes.
Chew's View.
Yes.
Thank you, man.
Tune into the family meeting every Sunday at 4. I'm your host, Eric Grant. Peace.
Sexy and hot, so she could look good for FD. Overweight, love an MC.
The preceding program, The Family Meeting, is sponsored by Polaris Insurance Agency and Eric Grant. And to the extent of its guests, the views and opinions reflected do not necessarily express the views and opinions of News Web Radio, Company, or its management.
Her water better stead, so get it right. You be like, damn, it's that big man. We all up to life. That's right. Game airtight. While you caught up in the hype. That's right. That's Jiggy, Niggy be jiggy. Baby, you ready for Big Daddy?
Congress and gun laws, immigration raid reaction. I'm Evan Haining. Democrats running for president are calling for tighter background checks for gun buyers. In McAllen, Texas, Speaker Nancy Pelosi said the House has already taken action.
Xenophobia, white supremacy, and availability of guns are an explosive combination that we must disconnect. We must have common sense background checks, which we have passed in the House.
Republican Representative Steve Scalise told CBS's Face the Nation that, in his opinion, the bills Pelosi referred to won't work.
Because the shooters both in El Paso and in Dayton passed background checks, so her bill wouldn't apply to them. But her bill is very dangerous in a number of ways of how it stops law-abiding people from being able to transfer guns.
In Canton, Mississippi, young Catholics marched in protest of last week's immigration raids that swept up nearly 700 workers at food processing plants. Correspondent Nick Valencia says the raids have terrified children in the community.
More than a quarter of the Latino students in a local district didn't show up for school on Thursday, the day after the raids. And on Friday, the entire school district went on lockdown after it received what it described as suspicious phone calls, causing more fear in a community that's already shaken.
A convict suspected of killing a corrections administrator and escaping from the West Tennessee State Penitentiary on a tractor has been captured. Jeff Long is the state safety commissioner.
It's always a great day in the state of Tennessee when you get a dangerous criminal like this off the street and get him apprehended back in custody.
44-year-old Curtis Ray Watson surrendered as he came out of a soybean field 10 miles from the prison he escaped from on Wednesday. In DeSoto County, Florida, sheriff's deputies discovered a cache of weapons, including a live hand grenade. The weapons turned up when a narcotics unit conducted a traffic stop. I'm Evan Haining.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender.
WCPT Willow Springs and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender. Let's talk credit card debt for a minute. If you feel you're carrying too much of it, you're not alone. The average household in the U.S. carries over $8,000 in credit card debt. Ready for some good news? With a cash-out refinance from Quicken Loans, you can quickly and easily put some of the equity in your home to good use by paying off a lot of that high-interest credit card debt. A great way to take cash out is with our 30-year fixed-rate mortgage. The rate today on our 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 4.125%, APR 4.22%. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN to learn how taking cash out with a 30-year fixed mortgage might be the right solution for you. And for a record 9 years in a row, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
For J.D. Power award information, visit jdpower.com. Rates subject to change. Pay 0.88% fee to receive this discounted rate. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. License in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
It's back to school, and Target has jeans starting at $8 and tees starting at $4 for every school list. Target's got all your kids' favorite styles of jeans. Skinny, straight cut, jeggings, flares, and more. All starting at just $8.
Good jeans for everybody.
And Target has t-shirts in all their favorite colors, starting at just $4.
Terrific!
Get jeans starting at $8 and tees starting at $4 for every school list. Low prices for back to school. At Target. Restrictions may apply.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention military vets and current soldiers who served between 2002 to 2016. Have you or a loved one suffered hearing loss or tinnitus after serving or while serving in the U.S. Armed Forces? You may be entitled to compensation. 3M, the manufacturer of earplugs made for combat, recently paid the government $9.1 million to settle a False Claims Act case for knowingly selling these defective earplugs. If you or a loved one suffered hearing loss due to defective earplugs, call us now for a free case review. Call 800-590-4514. That's 800-590-4514.
At Indeed, we believe a resume is a great way to see an overview of a candidate. But you're not hiring a resume, you're hiring a person. That's why Indeed offers tools that help bridge the gap between a candidate and the resume. Like skill tests, which let you actually